Yeah.
Yeah.
She made sure she got her photo in there, didn't she? Good evening. Good evening. Good evening, everyone. How's everybody doing tonight on another edition of Legends from the Past and Future Show, LLC? What's going on, Iana? How you doing tonight?
Hey, good evening, everybody.
Roger, what's happening, brother?
What's going on, everybody? How everybody doing? Tonight we got a great show for you, so tune in. Let's get it started.
Who's going to be on the show tonight, man?
And Yana and Roger and a guest.
Hey, how was your day today, man? How was your day today, Yana?
Oh, it's pretty good, pretty good. Had a meeting, and you know how my days go. Always got something going.
Busy, busy, busy. How about you, Raj?
All I did, enjoying every time in life. I went to the gym, did my little fight the diabetes thing, and packed my bags up because I'm flying out at dark 30 Friday morning. So going to Indianapolis to a party.
Oh,
you said you're going to a party?
Yeah. The party is Saturday. The party Saturday. Hang out. I'll be back Monday.
Right,
I was going to drive, but 10-hour drive, but I said, I just go ahead.
Oh, I've taken that drive before. It was like, never again.
Oh, it is? I don't done some drives now because I drove 17 hours straight from Maryland to Missouri. But, in the military, I got driving, but I pumped out this time. I'm going to catch the plane. The only bad thing is by the time, I'm not really big on flying like I used to be, but anyway, by the time I get comfortable, the plane going to be landing. It's an hour and 40 flight. I ain't even going to get no good sleep on that joint.
Yeah, you won't.
So when they go up, they coming right back down.
Mm-hmm.
You guys want to hear something exciting, man? Before we introduce our guest. I'm into analytics. You know that, right?
Right.
So, as of today, we have 98,487 views.
All right.
Since using software, we started using software about 8 months ago. That's pretty good.
We have an amazing audience. Shout out to the audience. Thank you so much for your support.
It would be probably 200,000-300,000 if it was just Yana and Jeannie doing the show.
Oh man, yeah, I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. But shout out to John Hill, man. Thanks for joining the show tonight. We're not gonna hesitate. We're gonna bring your cousin on in a second, okay? Coming to the stage is none other than Quay Crawford. What's going on, Quay? How you doing, bro?
Good, man. How y'all doing? Good to be here.
Great. Welcome to the show, my brother. Welcome to the show. Hey, so it's been a long time since I've seen you, spoke to you. Champ Downs gave me your name and said, hey, you need to take a look at this brother. He's a Division I official. So you know what? You're here. Welcome. Well deserved. Let's travel to time tunnel. Okay, let's go back. Let's go back in time. In fact, Champ just said his parole brother. So look, he gave me some props already. Tell us where you were born and
raised. Talking about parole, Annapolis, right? You're not talking about parole.
No.
Yeah, born and raised in Annapolis.
Not everybody's from Annapolis,
My mother worked at the hospital downtown, and that's where I was born. In the Anne Arundel General Hospital downtown Annapolis.
An old one.
Yes, sir. The old one.
Yeah.
And so what are some of the things you used to enjoy doing as a youngster?
Well, like I said, today's children, they don't know about playing outside. So our thing was, as long as we outside playing in the streets or playing football, baseball, basketball, that was happy. That was a good day for us. Because we played against other communities for basketball and football. Me, Champ, and some other guys, we would play in one of the yards in the neighborhood, and that was an enjoyment for us.
Okay.
Playing outside.
So now you played basketball. You also played football. All right, but you gained a love for playing basketball over football. What made you switch from playing football?
Gosh, it's too big for me, man.
Too big?
265 to 300-pound guys. I was only weighing 175. I said they're not gonna break me out. So I saved the best of them. There was some big guys out there, man. Doug Downs, Howard Johnson, Buck Stanberry. 175. I break like a matchstick. So
hey,
no,
but
not me.
You weren't a bad football player, Quay. I'm telling you, man. You were pretty tenacious out there.
And when they say playing against my own size though, 120 pounds, that was good enough for me. I could take a hit from them. But Buck Stanberry, Howard Johnson, Doug Downs, ain't no way in hell, man, I could last that long. No, sir. Yeah, I had a pretty good small youth world football playing for T-Birds back in the day. 2 years undefeated, 120 pound, 2 years in a row.
Man, I remember watching one of your games over Trust, and you were a beast on that line. I will never forget seeing you, and I got to give a shout out to Q, man, because you guys lift this cat up in the air. Lift him up. I'm like, well, why y'all gonna do the man like that, man? You can't do that. But that was football back in the day, man. I really enjoyed watching you play. So what I'm gonna do, man, I'm gonna pass it on to Ayana for some questions to you, okay? Are you, Ayana?
All right. So we know you enjoyed sports as a youngster. What are some other things you enjoyed?
Now fishing, hanging out with my boys and my grandkids, going fishing and watching them play soccer. Kids coming up. My youngest grandson plays soccer now, so I go on Saturdays and the weekends and watch him play. But coming up, like I said, as a young guy, playing outside. But my kids, we always involved in outdoor sports and stuff, like going camping and stuff like that. So that was enjoyment for us.
Now, when you say camping, are you talking about, the things they have today? They have RVs, or were you like really like roughing it out in the wood? Tents.
Yes, ma'am. Tents and sleeping bags. Cooking on open fire. That's camping.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Not glamping. You said camping.
Camping with a capital C.
All right, Roger.
Yeah, so you're right. That's camping real. This RV stuff that's for them soft mugs. But sit up. I see. So you played a lot of basketball in your career. Obviously, you was a great athlete in that area. What was the difference playing basketball from junior high to high school to AACC to York?
Just learning from the different coaches. Like I say, we all need to be taught a certain way to play. So one thing about going from junior high to high school, there was a big transition because everybody was like much bigger and stronger, faster, quicker than what I got in high school, playing against other schools like in DC and Baltimore, and also in the county area. The competition was up here back then. Savannah Park, Arundel, and Southern was the most competitive games we had. You couldn't even get in the gym when those teams came to play. The gym was like packed, man, all the way around the floor, and that competitive spirit was just in me. And then from then, going to Anne Arundel Community College, once again, playing against different people from Baltimore, Allegheny County, Garrett County, which is way out there, and all the schools in Baltimore. The competition was like just so amazing, man. And so you got to play against a lot of good guys, man. People think junior college is like another step from high school. Back then in junior college, these guys could play basketball. Not like this stuff now. You got a 6'3" center. Back then we had 6 guys, 6'10", 6'8", and 6'9". Then going from junior college to your college, same thing. The level of competition was just much, much better. So once again, I always learn from every coach that I play against. But my high school coach, Mr. Larimore, God rest his soul, he told me the basics. And I took that all the way to college, the basics stuff. I think that was what got me over, the basics.
So the fundamentals. So, and I'm glad you brought that up because that led into my next question, So, obviously, you reffed a lot of games. And so compared to when you played ball and compared to how they play now, what do you see as the most significant difference between the two?
Okay, people talk about how the game has changed. Well, the game hasn't changed. The culture has changed. The court is still 190 feet. It's still 50 feet wide. The basket is still 10 feet tall. So the game is still the same. The culture's changed. So now, and one thing about back in the day, we love to play basketball. Now people just like to play. There's a big difference between love and like. So that's the difference I see in these guys in college now. And like I say, just the love of the game. And like I said, back when we was playing basketball, we never wanted to come out the game. Now you see a guy run up down 3 minutes, he got his hand up talking about take me out, coach. If we got taken out of the game, we was mad. But these guys, 2 or 3 minutes up and down the foot, they ready to come out the game. So I know that as part of Officiated. They don't love the game. They just like to play it.
So I'm gonna ask you a question about the 3-point line. Do you think that increase the game or hurt the game?
Hurt the game, especially for the young kids. Because when they come out to the park, they get on the court. First thing you do is try to take a shot from the 3-point line. Instead of getting a rhythm at the basket, back up 2-3 feet, shoot, back up some more. So now they come out, hit the 3-point line, and they better can't get the ball up there. So that the 3-point line, because when I was in college, we didn't have a 3-point line. If we did, I probably would have averaged in the high 20s. I averaged 18 points a game in college. So the 3-point line, in my opinion, has hurt the game of basketball.
So you think that really, I hear a lot of people talk about, guys from your era and comparing to the guys now, the lack of defense. You think the 3-point line is the cause of that?
Well, like I said, once again, the culture has changed. Now you get a dribble drive and kick out, or pick and roll, or pick and pop. So back then, it was a lot of motion and posting up. Now that's unheard of now. Even if you got a guy 6 feet, 6'10" or 6'11", 7 foot, they hardly ran any place in the post. They play on the perimeter or pass the ball to make a transition. They say back then in high school we had a guy 6'11" and 6'8" on our team, and 6'6". That was our front line. Alfred Jackson, Lord Williams, and Alvin Milliken. That was our front line in high school. We probably could beat some college guys. That's how good it was.
Yeah, I remember that team.
Sure.
So the I guess pass the ball to the closest man to the basket. That's just gone.
Pretty much. It's a dribble drive and kick out, and spot up on the 3-point line. If you watch basketball now, everybody come down the court and they line up, especially in the post. Everybody lines up around the 3-point line, and maybe have a mid post guy, and that's it. Then, like I said, the culture's changed. Culture has changed, not the game. The culture changed.
So, how do you feel about the overall change?
Well, it's some things good about it because I like to, once again, I like scoring, but anybody can score. How many people can stop somebody? Not very many.
Mm-hmm.
Not very many. So, especially in the post where the game's playing now, you can't touch anybody now. So it's basically one-on-one or pass to him, pick and roll, pick and pop. If you watch pro basketball, that's all it is. And that's why it's so exciting because real quick. College, you have a little bit more discipline sometimes. Some teams run, some teams pass the ball around. But most of the time, down the court, they got a shot clock in college of 30 seconds. Within 10 seconds, 12 seconds of the shot clock, they shoot the ball. Same thing in the pros. Once you get to, you got 8 seconds to get it out across half court, so now you're down to 18 seconds. It's not too much you can do, but a pick and roll, pick and pop, or dribble drive. So my thing is, like I said, it hurts the game sometimes, but it helps as well. NBA is entertainment. So if you watch NBA basketball, it's for entertainment only.
I noticed that and after this, I'm going to send you to Armin. I noticed that every year, the numbers for the viewers of the NBA has been dropping. So what do you think the cause of that is? And the WNBA has been increasing.
Yeah, I agree with that. But like I say, sorry, NBA, the top teams like Lakers and Celtics. I'm a Lakers fan. Been a Lakers fan ever since Kareem came in. So the big teams like that, the rivalry, it's not there no more. So don't nobody want to see Jokic with the way he plays in Denver. I don't have anything against him because he's a great basketball player. But don't nobody want to come see him. They want to see Lakers and Celtics. Simple as that. In New York. That's basically what it is.
Okay. That's awesome. I'm going to pass you on to Armin because he looked like he get ready to cry.
Hey, Quay, before I ask you these questions, I want you to give this brother some love because he's out there crying for some love from you. It's John Hill, man. So go ahead and give a shout out to John Hill, bro.
How you doing, John? Glad to be on, man.
My man. So now, all right.
He may be related to me. He may be related to me because my mother was a Hill. And
oh yeah.
I have an uncle named John Hill and a cousin named John Hill.
Okay.
So we may be related.
Okay, so now who were some of the people that you actually looked up to while playing basketball? You know, I always felt that you were a terrific football player, but of course you felt differently. So was there anyone that you watched that pretty much gave you the idea to say, yeah, you know, I want to play basketball? Who was your mentor?
Dr. J.
Dr. J?
Dr. J. Before there was MG, there was Dr. G.
Okay. Yeah, well, you can't go wrong with the doctor because you know why? You can't go wrong with the doctor. I'm going to show you why you can't go wrong with the doctor. All right, because you see this right there? Yeah.
Wow.
You had the doctor look, bro.
That's messed up, man. I'm gonna get you for that. 1976.
That's what I'm talking about. But I'm getting ready to mess with you real quick, okay? I notice how you emphasize in your bio, may he rest in peace, the legendary Buck Smalls and winning 7 titles with CLM. We know. Huh?
In a row.
Oh, okay. All right.
In a row.
Well, we know who the championship team was in Summer League, but they just didn't stay together.
Who was
my
it?
brother?
Who was it?
Sparrow, bro. Huh? Come on now.
Sparrow couldn't beat their own self. They couldn't get them outside.
That was a good one.
Flamethrower. Flamethrower. Burn.
That was a good one. All right. I'll give you that one, okay? All right. Now, have you ever considered coaching?
I did coach for a while. My kids coming up, my son played basketball and my daughter played. So I coached them as coming up AAU stuff. But when they got in high school, I didn't bother no more. So my daughter was playing AAU 10 and under. She started when she was 7. She went up for a team and went to 2 practices. And then they said that the coach couldn't coach the girls no more because they was she had another job or something. And they asked me, could I coach? Say, what am I gonna do with a bunch of little girls? What am I gonna do? So I took the job on a Wednesday. We had a tournament on Saturday. So I once again went back to the fundamentals, play defense. As long as you can score 2 points, and as long as we play defense, we're gonna win the game. So we went to the tournament that weekend, and we won the tournament. And all the parents kept on saying, "Hey, Quay, what are you doing with these kids, man?" I said, "Teaching fundamentals." I said, "I'm not a coach, I'm teaching." And that's how I got into coaching, because she wanted to play, and the coach had quit the team. Same thing with my youngest son. He wanted to play. I said, I can help you all out. So that's how I got into coaching.
Okay. Hey, go ahead, Yana.
All right. So just for clarity, John Hill is your cousin. So, and yes, because this is your cousin, John Hill. And then you also have another family member, Lamonda Crawford. She says, hey, Uncle Q.
She's one of my nieces.
Also, so tell us about your journey from becoming a player to going into becoming an officiant. How did you become an officiant?
Official. So once again, I played from all the way from junior high school all the way through college. So I got injured my last year in college. So I had surgery and everything, but I came back to play. But I still wasn't like quite 100%, probably about 85%. I tore my ACL, and they gave me a donor. He must have been white because I can't jump no more. Anyway, I played a little bit more after that, but I said the way I played the level of competition I like to play at, I wasn't there. So I said, I got to do something else to stay around the game, and that's how I got into refereeing, because I couldn't play at the level that I wanted to play at to compete. So that's how I got into refereeing.
And were you an official for like a rec league or colleges?
Eventually came a Division I referee. I just retired 2 years ago. So I was officiated for 35 years, but 28 of those years was college. So now I teach and observe. I observe for the NC2A and also for one of the conferences around here, the MEAC, Howard, Morgan, Coppin, Maryland, Seashore, Delaware State, Norfolk, Central, and the South Carolina State. So I work on, watch the referees, and give them an evaluation. So that's what I do now.
Okay, great. And so as an official during those days, we know that fans can become passionate, I'll just put it that way, about the game. Do you have any memorable experiences with fans? Maybe believing you called it wrong?
Everything. See, we can only be 50% right. I don't care what we call it. We only could be 50% right. Because one team gonna like the call, other team is not gonna like the call. But as a fan, kind of like block them out. The more people in the stand, the less you hear. The less people in the stand, the more you hear. So let's give you an example. I'm refereeing a game up at Stevenson College. This was a while back. So I kept on hearing this guy complaining about every call. So you always want to find out where the noise is coming from. So I looked up there. I said, okay, I got him now, white shirt. So it was a timeout. I said, come here, security. I said, see the guy up there with the white shirt on? I said, if he said one more word, I want him out of this gym. All right? He tried me. Guess where he was at? In the parking lot looking at his phone, looking at the game on his phone. You can be a fan all you want, but you can't be personal. So he ended up watching the game in the parking lot on his phone. See, when you come as an official, when you come in the gym, it's all yours. Everything in the gym is yours. So when I come into a gym, I always find out who the game manager is and what the security guards are. But that was just one example.
Those are some great tips.
You can be a fan all you want, but you can't be personal about it. We're all human.
Absolutely. Roger.
Yeah, and I understand where you come from with that, because I guess some fans, when they come to a team, they kind of think they own the team and they can say what they want, to the referees and all that other stuff, but I think a lot of people forget, that this is a sport, and the person is your opposition, your competition. I mean, they're not your adversary. So, you go out there, you play as hard as you can play, to win. And then after the game is over with, you shake your hands and go your own way. Now, that's one thing I noticed that they kind of getting away from. Last year, I went to a couple of high school games. After the game was over with, the guys didn't line up and go shake each other's hand.
Right.
They just went on about their way. And I think you need that to keep that competition level, to realize that these guys are not adversaries. It's just your competition. That's all.
Exactly.
But on that note, what is therapeutic recreation? I was going to Google it, but I figure I'll go ahead and ask you.
Yeah, that was amazing when I was in college. Like dealing with the handicap, not handicap, but disability, like deaf mutes, people with limbs, one limb or one amputation. So you have to find programs for those people to participate in. Just like you and me, we want to play basketball. You got to find a way to get them involved. Just for an example, therapeutic recreation. So back then, recreation was being cut by Reagan. So when I got out of school, there was no jobs for me. So I had to find something else to do. But that's what therapeutic recreation is.
Oh, that's awesome. So is that what led to you opening your own business? That situation right there?
Pretty much, because like I said, once again, I always knew I was going to do something, and I couldn't work for nobody else. But like I said, being in the technical field, on the weekends I would have 3 or 4 cars in front of my mother's house, putting in stereos or speakers or stuff like that. So that's how I got a little bit acclimated to technology. Then from there, I saw a guy working for the cable company. I said, "Man, what you doing?" He said, "I'm doing this and that." I said, "Oh, that's pretty interesting. I like to do that." So my first job was actually with a cable company. And from there, I went on to networking. I worked for 2 companies when I got out of school. Lockheed Martin was one, and forgot the other one. It was so long time ago. But people think Lockheed Martin is a great company, and they are not. So I learned a lot, but they never sent me to school. They would send the other guys to school, but they wouldn't send me. So I basically learned on my own. I got all my certificates and credits and everything by learning on my own. So that would got me to start my own company, because I was actually working for Lockheed Martin, and when I worked for them for 7 years. So when I resigned from them, a month later they gave me a contract working back for them. So I'm making more money. That's how I got started my own company.
That's awesome. I've heard that about Lockheed Martin. I was living in Georgia. Lockheed Martin was in Savannah. There was a lot of complaints about that same situation with you. It always seemed to be, issues at that company to, just stay on their level plane, not really calling anybody out. But so I had a lot of friends that worked up there who had, I was in the Army at the time, and had a lot of friends up there that their wives worked up there, sons worked up there. You stationed there 3 or 4 years, but other people was coming in and was doing this because, like you said, they were sending them to school, and you're right here. And this person came in right here, and you trained them. Now they right here, and they send them to school. So that's great. So talk a little bit more about the CLM thing. I'm sorry, because
where do you want to start, man? It was a great investment that was ever put together. That's all I can say about
it. Talk about how y'all used to beat up on Spa Road.
Oh, Spa Road?
Yeah.
Like I said, Spa Road couldn't beat their own self. They beat us one time out of 7 years. One time.
That's a negative, bro. I gotta correct you.
One time y'all beat us.
We won the championship, the inaugural championship, and then the next year we won it.
But there was no CLM back then. The first year over Eastport, there was no CLM. So now let's go with CLM, please. Y'all beat us one time. That was it.
Hey, Roger, this how I shut everybody up. All I say is Kevin Slade and Gilbert Allen, and talk is over.
Two of the greatest basketball players that came out of Annapolis, but y'all didn't beat CLM but once.
Okay. Hey, I'm sorry, bro.
Seven in a row. Seven.
Y'all like so quick. Let me get this straight. Y'all like Tom Brady with the 7? I'm just trying to get it straight.
That's all. That's how many trophies we got at the house. That's all. 7.
That's what I'm saying. So y'all like Tom Brady. Y'all got 7 rings, and Spa Road got 1. I get my math right.
Hey, but Ayana, you don't hear anything about Annapolis Gardens, right? So case closed.
I haven't heard that yet. What's up with Annapolis Gardens, Amon? What's the story?
That's what I'm saying. You don't hear nothing.
I don't think Annapolis Garden ever won the championship. I think Browns Woods won a couple of times.
Yeah,
but I don't think Annapolis Garden won. And they had Fish, they had Yacht, they had Dale Solomon, but I don't remember. I don't know. Did they ever win one? I don't know.
Nah, they didn't win. They didn't win one. You know when and I'm sorry, Quake, this is your night, man. But I just have to say this. When Harris took over Spa Road, I think he's leading with more titles than anybody down there, right? So there's a lot of talk about he was paying for his players and stuff like that. But Spa Road still won, I think 11 or 12 titles, something like that.
They only beat CLM once.
And he doesn't just have the number one, he got the L.
Got the one in the L.
Once.
Okay, bro.
Always be trying to pump up Spa Road, and they couldn't even keep the high school on this side of the street. They moved Annapolis all the way down there by the Department of Motor Vehicle. That's crazy.
But those were the good old days, man.
Yeah,
good old days.
Yeah, they were.
People actually came out to watch basketball back then. Now it's like a big party.
Yeah. That's so true. So true.
It's on you, Armin.
Hey, so when Ronald Downs, aka Champ, contacted me about you, your parole brother, all right, and he emphasized the fact about you and being a D1 official. Let me tell you how I feel about you officials, Quake. All right, when
everybody got an opinion.
You set me down.
He's still burning.
Everybody got an opinion.
Flamethrower again. Oh, you gotta do better. He's burning you, man. It's the second flamethrower. He's burning you. He's burning you. On fire right now. You are on fire. He's burning you up. Flamethrower.
Well, I tell you what. I'm gonna move to Ayana. I'll come back to you.
Wow.
So pass the box.
So somebody says you have another family member too. They said this is your best child, Dr. Fish. That's their name on YouTube, Dr. Fish.
Yeah, that's my son, my oldest son.
And is he your best child?
He's the firstborn.
He said he the best child on this thing.
They say everybody got an opinion.
We also have another viewer, Ronald Downs. He said, "Quite talked me into trying out for basketball at AACC. I never liked basketball, but it got me to the University of Buffalo. Thanks for the encouragement."
All right, buddy.
Wow. So, do you find yourself mentoring, like on the side, any youth or anybody who's interested in the game? Do people just kind of come to you for advice?
Not basketball, but official-wise, I get people call me all the time about officiating, but not basketball itself. So I have a little camp that I hold up in Howard University. Well, I bring about 20 guys and girls, just teaching the basics. They say everything's got to start somewhere. So this is a good opportunity. If a young official want to get involved in the game, and also too, try it, see if you like it. If not, you're gonna have to do it. But if you like it, then continue. I can help you get to where you want to go.
That's wonderful.
So somebody taught me how to be good, and that's why I was able to make to Division I and stay there that long. A lot of people don't make it. Small few are chosen.
Wow, absolutely, absolutely. And so, if someone was interested in becoming an official, it is fascinating. I mean, you see people out there, officiating, but you don't really know. A lot of people don't know how to get into that field. What are some tips that you can share with our viewers who might be interested in becoming an official?
Well, most of every county has a local high school board, so that's where you want to get your start at. Like the boards are advertised in Prince George's County is board 134, Montgomery County is board 12. I think in Annapolis, Anne Arundel County, a different board, but I can't remember that one. That's what you do. You'll contact the local president or secretary of those boards and try to find out when you get involved. Because now is the time if you want to if you want to get started. Now is the time to get going. So in the fall and spring and summer, basically in the fall you want to start. So there's classes you got to take, written tests and floor exams to pass and to get the credit to be able to become an official. So you start out with your local high school boards.
All right. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Roger?
Yeah, Quake. I'm going to try to keep you away from Armin because he's still over there crying. Wiped his face about 5 times.
Yeah, he's trying to figure out what the comeback is.
I know you too fast for him. I know how fast Armin think because we was in 3rd grade together. So, But on now that you got your own company and everything, which is outstanding, congratulations. And you've been there
27 years being incorporated this year.
What advice, that's outstanding. 27 years, folks, y'all heard that? That's a big thing. So what advice would you give a young entrepreneur trying to starting his or her own business since you have been so successful?
Well, you got to find a mentor. Mentors are very important in the game of small businesses because there's a lot of information when you first start out that you don't know what it is. I had a mentor, but when I first started, but every time we had a meeting, he would counsel out because I realized that once again I was his competition, so he didn't want to help me along, scared I might win some of his contracts. So we had about 3 minutes after the third one he counseled. I said, I'm not dealing with this guy no more. I just went on. Trust me, I had some hard knocks, but I said, find a mentor, somebody that's going to help you. That's somebody that's going to say, yeah, I can talk to you how to start your business. Find somebody that's deeply concerned with your development.
Right.
Because like I said, I had one, but we never met. Because I found out I was his competition. So he wasn't going to help me if we're doing the same thing. How he work, he's not going to help me. But once again, everybody needs help. Everybody. I just happened to learn from hard knocks, and I had a good support team. My wife she was good in contracts administration, and we formed this team together, and that's how we was able to get our contracts. Me and her, my knowledge and her experience doing contract work. I was just lucky. I never took a loan or anything. I just started my own business from the ground up. I said, once again, and I will never ask somebody to do something that I couldn't do myself.
Bet.
Because everybody always say, oh, I can't do that. I said, why not? Did you try this? I said, if I can do it, you can do it. Let me show you how to do it. And I didn't want to come back and say, I can't do this. So that's how I got started. Just the passion for wanting to be an entrepreneur.
And now that I know when you started, with some bumps and bruises. Besides having a mentor that didn't show up, what are some of the other bumps and bruises you ran into as you climbed up that ladder of success?
Not often, but you have customers that don't pay on time or not pay at all. I have very few of those, but those are going to happen. But like I say, they were minimal, but still you would rather have that revenue coming in instead of being out there. So that was one thing that was kind of like a little bump in the road. And let's say doing government work, you got to find out who's writing the checks, because the person you're dealing with, he get a wish list. I want this, I want that, I want this, but he don't have no money. So you got to find out who's writing the checks and get close to that person. And that's how you know, because they had the budget right in front of them. How much we're going to spend on this and this and that. And that's how you be successful. Once you find out who's writing the checks, everything else is downhill. So I was lucky on a free contract. I had a big contract with Verizon starting out. Say once again, I knew the person that was writing the checks, so it was easy. Then from that, I got into government work, because the project that I was working on for Verizon, they were looking for a minority company to do the maintenance work. And so that's how I really got my first contract. Actually, from working for Verizon, and then transitioned over to the federal contract.
That's awesome. So the bottom line is that you find out who writing the checks, and you don't give up. You just keep pushing.
You keep on out until the door falls down.
So Armin over there scratching his head and everything. I think he ready. I know you ready, quick. I think he ready. So I'm gonna pass you on over to Armin.
Well, I tell you what I'm gonna do for you, Corey. I'm gonna set some house rules right now before we end this. But before I do, I gotta welcome Whitney to the show. She's been trying to catch it. In fact, when she was stationed over in Hawaii, she would come on every now and then, and she's a future full-bird colonel. She's on track to become a full-bird colonel. And I just want to welcome you to the show, Whitney. Thanks for joining us tonight. Craig, thank you for joining us tonight. But Quay, you are very inspirational, man. I really appreciate you taking the opportunity to join us tonight, for real. You didn't have to do this, but you decided to do it and to share your story, which is an amazing story. All right, what would you leave for any even though Roger touched on this, but what would you leave for these youth, for these young people out there who are aspiring to become an official? What tip would you leave for them?
Yeah, don't be discouraged if your opportunity doesn't come right away, because everybody is not going to make it to Division One. So find out where you're going to be. Maybe high school, recreation, or junior college, or Division 2 or 3. Be the best at where you're going to be. Because to be a Division 1 official, it takes a lot, man. A lot out of your life and everything. But it's a lot of money in Division 1. So if you're into it for the money, you can make a lot of money. But if you're in for the passion and the love of the game, just be successful at the level that you are at. Because right now, Division 1, some of the companies are paying $4,500 for a game. $4,500. That's a lot of money. My lowest game is $1,200 to go up to Morgan or Coppin or Howard. $1,200. ACC, Big Ten, they're paying $4,500 a game. Do the math. So if you're inspiring, just don't give up. Keep on pushing. because you can make a lot of money in this game. I know some guys, friends of mine, they don't even have a job no more. All they do is referee all year long. So they're making $250,000 to $300,000 a year. But you got to pay for your own insurance though, and your health, and you take out for your own taxes and stuff. But still, that's a lot of money. Do the math.
Awesome.
Be passionate about it.
Awesome. Well, before I give it to Ayana for her parting shots or questions to you, we're gonna invite you back, bro. We're gonna have some house rules for you. We're gonna have some house rules just for you when you do come back. I want you to know that, okay?
Send them to me an email.
I'm on his script for you, man. He's too quick.
I might read them. I might. But send them to me.
Just stop.
I'm finished, man.
This has been a
What do you have for quick?
So, parting remarks just from our viewers. Lamonda Crawford, she said she has your children beat because she's your godchild. So you have a little rivalry right here in the chat happening.
That's that Crawford battle, man, right there. That's the Crawford stuff.
Richard McGowan says, you're looking good, Q.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it.
Avis Tucker says, hi, family.
She talking to me.
And Jeff Brown is also watching. So it's kind of want to just shout out the people who showed up for you tonight. We really appreciate you for coming on the show and sharing some really good tips, whether it be, for people who want to become an official, people definitely for entrepreneurship. I can relate to everything you just said. So definitely, we appreciate you for sharing those good golden nuggets. And I hope to see you back, not under any type of house rules, but just to have you back and hear more about what you're doing in the community.
Appreciate it. This was a blessing for me. I didn't consider myself a legend, but appreciate it.
We do.
well deserved, my brother. Roger, what you got? You got anything for him, Ryan?
Well, first of all, I want to say, if Armin, when you come back on, Armin try to put that house rule stuff in there. When I'm talking, ain't no house rules. You say what you want. And also, the next time you come on, just do me one favor and have a shirt with the number 1 on it. So the whole time we talking, there you go. There you go. So he can, there you go. Yeah, big one. So, and every time Armin asks you a question, just point to it. I want to thank Eric. So what's my man name? Somebody named Silk Sims say he tuned in. And I want to thank the fans, the people, our audience for tuning in for you to see this great guy, our home guy, Annapolitan, and all his success that he had in his life. And for y'all youngsters that's out there looking and you trying to do things and you looking for somebody to be a mentor, you can't do no better than my man Quake from Parole. You can't do no better than that. So take that into consideration. He got a great heart. He's willing to help.
Hey, Roger, did you say something?
I told Quake, thanks for coming. I said a lot, but you played music. See, you know what that is? He mad because I've been supporting the Burns. He mad because I've been supporting the Burns. I wasn't the one burning you. Quake burned you, not me. That's all right, though. You got burnt last Sunday when we whipped that butt on that football field, but that's okay.
Well, that's all right. But you know what? I'll tell you what. This is what we're going to do tonight.
Don't play music. Don't nobody want to hear that part right there. Don't play music.
This is what we're going to do tonight. I'm feeling good, man. This has been great. So you know what? I think we're going to give away a gift tonight, courtesy of, hey, Whitney. That's right. HTTR. That's right.
What is that? A virus? What is that? A virus?
Wow. Wow, Roger.
COVID? Is that the new COVID, that HTTR? What is it? When they giving out the shots? When they giving out the shots?
We're going to give away a cap tonight, okay? I think we're going to give away a cap. And we're going to give away a cap to, let's say the sixth caller who can who can tell me where was Quay born and raised? All right, I didn't say the year, but if you can tell me where Quay was born and raised, here's my number, 240-603-1743. The sixth caller, you can win a hat by telling me where was Quay born and raised.
I think the better question would be how many times Spyro beat CLM. I think that's the better question, right? I think that's. I mean, I'm not trying to start the trial. I'm just trying to help out. You know.
I can tell you how many times they beat AG.
I can tell you that too.
Every time they played.
All the time. That ain't right. Hurting me though. That's hurting Yacht, Fish, Dale Solomon. You hurting them.
240-603-1743.
There it is.
How many times Eastport beat CLM?
Y'all let
Jeff Brown.
But
Jeff Brown in
New York. They won a couple of regular seasons, but no championships. No championships. Regular season, they won a few, but no championships. Now, I never said we went undefeated, but all championships we played, we won.
Yeah.
So they did this a couple of times.
All right, I guess nobody won a hat tonight. I think they look for hoodies and shirts and stuff like that, but no, a hat. A hat. 240-603-1743 for a hat.
While we're waiting on the sixth caller, let's go ahead and thank our sponsors, Mr. Ivy Stokes and My Econ, the Personal Financial Success Company. We appreciate you. Thank you for your sponsorship. I believe we have one more, Amon.
Yes, we do. We have J&J Realtor, JT and Denise Jones, J&J Realtor, and also there's one more, and that is Power Image. Mr. C. Hey, I'm sorry, you calling number one.
And then number one keep popping up tonight for some reason.
Number one.
That's messed up, man.
Hey, keep calling. You number two. All right, we up to 2 calls. All right, we up to 3 calls. This is number 3. Keep calling. You're number 4. Call back. You number 5. Call back. We got a winner. Say your name. What's your name? Huh?
Kendall.
Kendall.
My name is Kendall.
Kendall.
That's my daughter.
Hey, this is what I want you to do, okay?
Kendall,
I want you to text me your address, okay?
Okay.
And what I'll do is I'll make sure that gets sent to your home, okay? So you can stop calling. We have a winner. The winner name is Kendall. Thanks for
congratulations, Kendall.
Congratulations. Right. What was her name? What was the last name?
Kendall, what's your last name? Huh?
Crawford.
Kendall Crawford.
There you go. Keeping it in the family.
Yeah, see, I'm looking at Teresa Crawford. So, okay. All right, Kendall. Good job.
People can't be. Somebody said they texted their answer. You can't text your answer in.
Exactly. I never moved.
It's another Crawford. Lamonda Crawford says she takes the answer.
Next time, Whitney. Yeah, Carl.
Keep going in the family. But it's been a pleasure, man. I really appreciate this. All y'all. This is good.
Hey, you know what? Thanks for participating tonight. And everybody that is listening, if you're on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to the show. And next week, we'll have the legend of the future as our guest next week. But thanks again, okay? Thanks again. See you next week. And peace.
Peace.
Bye, everybody.